All right, let's talk about olive oil. You've probably heard it called liquid gold, right? It's this cornerstone of the super healthy Mediterranean diet, and it's in pretty much every kitchen. But lately, things have gotten weird. It's become this viral wellness trend, and honestly, it's created a ton of confusion. So today, we're going to dive in and separate what's real science from what's just social media hype.
I mean, you can't scroll through your phone for 5 minutes without seeing it. You've got celebrities, influencers, these biohacker types, all talking up olive oil. And not just for cooking. They're using it for skincare, for longevity, for everything. The obsession is totally real, and it's turned this ancient food into something with an almost mythical status.
With all this buzz, it's so easy to get swept up in it all. But you gotta ask, right? Is olive oil really the miracle elixir everyone says it is? Or is there a little more to the story? Well, that's exactly what we're gonna break down right now. To really get what's going on with olive oil, we have to look past the trends and get into the actual science. So let's pop the cap and see what's really inside a bottle of high-quality extra virgin olive oil, EVO.
So check this out. EVO is basically made of 2 parts. About 98 to 99% of it is what scientists call the major fraction. That's all the fat, mostly the really good-for-you monounsaturated stuff like oleic acid. But, and this is the important part, the real magic is in this tiny 1 to 2% slice called the minor fraction. That's where you find all the powerhouse compounds like polyphenols and vitamin E that are behind most of the health benefits we hear about.
So what do those little compounds actually do for you? Well, a whole lot, it turns out. That unique mix of healthy fats and polyphenols and EVO is directly linked to a lower risk of heart disease because it helps knock down that bad LDL cholesterol. These compounds are also incredible anti-inflammatories and antioxidants, which can even help protect your brain. So the bottom line here, the science backing its health benefits is absolutely solid.
Okay, but this is where the story takes a sharp turn. Because something is good for you, that doesn't automatically mean that more of it is better. And despite all those incredible benefits, we really need to have a reality check when it comes to how much olive oil we're actually consuming.
This is the key, 120. That's roughly how many calories are in a single tablespoon of olive oil. And this gets right to the heart of the issue. Even though it's a healthy fat, it's still pure fat, which makes it incredibly calorie-dense.
And this is where you see a massive difference. On one side, you have the science. Most studies and health organizations recommend about 2 to 3 tablespoons a day. That's somewhere between 240 and 360 calories. But the social media trend? People are drinking a whole shot glass full. That can easily be 360 calories or more, all in one go. You could have an entire healthy breakfast for that amount of calories.
And look, going overboard isn't just about the calories. It can cause some real, not-so-fun problems. Drinking too much, especially on an empty stomach, can lead to digestive issues. We're talking diarrhea and nausea. For some people, especially those with gallbladder issues, it can even trigger cramping. Plus, it can cause acid reflux, and yeah, if you're not careful, it can definitely lead to weight gain over time. Okay, so we know the benefits and we know the risks. So how do we get all the good stuff without any of the downsides? This next part is all about practical, real-world advice for buying and using EVO the right way.
Choosing a good bottle can be really tricky. There have been studies showing that a lot of oils on the shelf don't even meet the standards for extra virgin. So, here are 3 super simple things to look for. First, check for a harvest date. You want to buy from the current year's harvest if you can. That's when it's freshest. Second, look for quality seals, like a DOP seal from Italy or a COOC seal from California. And third, and this is a big one, always choose bottles made of dark glass or tins. Why? Because light is the absolute enemy of high-quality olive oil.
Okay, let's tackle one of the biggest myths out there. This idea that you can't cook with extra virgin olive oil because it has a low smoke point. People get really worried that it'll break down and become unhealthy when you heat it up. So, what does the science actually say? It is a total myth. Seriously, research shows that an oil smoke point isn't actually the best way to tell if it's stable for cooking. Because of all that good monounsaturated fat and those protective antioxidants, EVO is actually one of the most stable cooking oils you can use. It holds up great under heat and produces fewer harmful compounds than a lot of other common oils, even when you're frying.
So we've looked at the celebrity hype, the hard science, the risks of going overboard, and how to actually use it in your kitchen. So let's bring it all home. What's the real secret sauce here?
If you remember just one thing from all of this, please let it be this. Olive oil is a fantastic, scientifically backed healthy fat. It is not a magic potion. It's not a cure-all. Its real benefits are only unlocked when you use it the right way.
So here's your final cheat sheet. First, remember that olive oil is a component of a healthy diet, not the whole diet itself. Second, moderation is absolutely key. Try to stick to that 2 to 3 tablespoon range. Third, quality really matters, so use those tips we talked about to pick a good bottle. And finally, cook with it confidently. It is a healthy and stable choice for almost everything you do in the kitchen.
You know, when you really think about it, the true power of olive oil isn't just what's inside the bottle. It's about the healthy lifestyle it's a part of, one filled with fresh vegetables, whole grains, and mindful eating. It's a tool to help you live a healthier life, not a shortcut. So the real question is, how are you going to use it in yours? Thanks for tuning in.